Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about why we need to sit with the problem longer. Alright, so the other day I read this quote by Albert Einstein, which I absolutely loved. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer, right? I love that quote because that is exactly what separates a great developer from a mediocre developer, right? In software development, a lot of the stuff we do is not necessarily following a recipe or doing reading a good book or taking a good course. It's the times where you sit down and just slog through a problem, the troubleshooting, right? For those of you guys who are just getting into software development, you'd be surprised at how often things don't go as well as they should. Sometimes you're dealing with an outdated framework, or the code should work in a certain way and it's not, and you have to go through and just slog through, and you spend a lot of time undoing what you've previously done, kind of trying different things, trying different ways around a problem. And sometimes it just takes a long time to do it, right? Sometimes those hours, it's not the hours that you spend reading the books or taking the course or even just writing the code. Sometimes the hours are just, this is not working the way it should be. Maybe there's a lag in it, maybe it doesn't work at all, whatever, but it's just not working, and it is the most frustrating thing ever, right? Those are the reps that you put in. That's where you build your problem-solving muscle and you actually get through these kind of things. One of my biggest pet peeves is when somebody sends me through a stack trace. Like, they'll just say, "Hey Eric, why am I getting this error?" And they'll send me a stack trace from their code, right? It was like, dude, first of all, I don't know what's causing this. If I were you, I would Google it. And if you have Googled it, well, first of all, that's the hard part of the job. That is the least glamorous part of being a software developer, is when you're going through and you're just going through and trying to figure out what the problem is. I got an email last week on a project that we'd done. It was like, I haven't touched the code in 4 years probably, and the developer who had taken over this project, because it was like an overpass project, but we handed it off to somebody else, and they've been working on it for the last 4 years. He comes to me and says, "I've been trying to solve this problem for ages, can you help me with it?" And he sends me this error message, and I was like, I'm not sure what that would be coming from, and I just left it as that. And then the owner of the company contacted me, and it was kind of like this. Nobody was rude, but it was kind of like I kind of felt like a jerk because I wasn't going to solve this problem for them. But I was like saying, and basically what I said to him, I said, "Look, if you want to hire me to fix this issue for you, you can, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Google the issue. I'm going to Google whatever error message you're getting, and if I don't get that, right, and that's the same thing your existing development team could do, right? I don't have any information they don't already have. I would Google it and try to find out if I could find something. And sometimes that's as far as you have to go, right? Somebody's had that issue before and they're able to solve it for you, which is awesome, right? Other times you have to go through and start, backtracking what you've done. I have to undo what I've done. Oh, and you come up with theories saying, maybe it's the network connection is slow. Let me put a tracer in there to find out the network connection is slow. Maybe it's because of this, maybe it's because of that. And you start testing things. And at first, you're in good spirits about it. You're like, okay, all right, there's a solution to this problem. And then you get to the point where you just want to throw that laptop out the window. It gets so frustrating. And then you get up to go to the bathroom, and then while you're standing there at the urinal, then it's like, what's strange is how many times a solution to a problem has come to me while I've been urinating. I'm not saying that urination is the solution to every problem, but it is surprising. I think urine blocks the mind or something. Anyway, so I told the owner that, I said I would do the exact same thing, right? First, because I can't backtrack what they've done. Like, if they've done something that broke the code, then how am I going to be able to do that? Maybe I'll go through Git or whatever. But anyway, you'd be wasting money paying me to do it. Those guys should be able to do it. Their assumption is that there's no answer to it, and they want to push the problem aside. They need to sit with this problem longer. Really, they need to find that solution. And they did. The next day they found the solution, and it was perfect, right? And the whole thing was, I said, well, it was working. They didn't change anything, and it stopped working. And if that ever happens, first of all, code never stops working. If something stops working all of a sudden, like it's running on a server and it stops working, it's an environmental issue. And then that's where it's usually something like disk space, memory, networking, maybe a security patch has been installed, daylight savings time. That a lot of times that'll cause things just to fall over for a day or something like that because of maybe some badly written code where they're using local dates or whatever, or a security patch or an API change. So those kind of things could cause issues. A lot of what we do as software developers is sitting with the problem. We have to sit through and try loads of things, right? It's not as easy as reading a book. This is the kind of thing you can't get from a book, or you can't get from, all this stuff comes from experience, right? And those long hours that you put into something, those long, nasty hours you spent into the night trying to solve an issue, it makes you better. It makes you more experienced. It makes it easier the next time. So anyway, it was a great quote. I wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know, do you guys ever have that kind of issue where okay, first of all, let me ask you guys, do you ever have that issue where the solution comes to you when you're in the shower or in the bathroom? Basically, it's the bathroom in general. Anywhere in the bathroom, how often does the solution come to you? Because to me, it's like a lot. Anyway, that is it for today. I'll talk to you guys again next time.